Alright, it's about time to get this legendary memory selection box. If you reach 55 points, you're able to get this. And maybe you already have this, but still this video will help you out. So we'll talk about the memories that are worth selecting over here and the best one that you can have. First thing worth mentioning is that among all these memories here, the only one that is available in the memory select recruit is this one for Tsukishima. So if you go in the recruit part for the memory selection over here, you can choose between one of these 5, and Tsukishima is over here as well. So you can either have Tsukishima over here, like try your luck to summon for this memory, or just pick him up over here in the memory selection box. But again, you have tons of other options over here, and let's talk about it. I made this file so that we can talk about the memories easier and also the players that are worth like having the memory on them. And I'll put this file in my Discord server as well. The link is in the description. Make sure you join our Discord server and so that we can talk more over there. Now, among all the, I think it's 12 or 13 memories that you can choose, 6 or 7 of them max are worth mentioning. So first of all, the wing spiker memories, we have like 3 good ones that we can talk over here. First one is for Tanaka, so increases equipper's power attack stat by 10% and increases power of equipper's first 2 power spike ultimates in each match by 18%. So obviously this is good for your power attack characters and mainly best for Tanaka himself and also Asahi, because as you know, Tanaka has that increased buff for his first serve, so you can also get this one as an additional buff on himself. And also Asahi can do like 2 or max 3 of his ultimate, and you can get this one, this buff on him as well. And then there's another wing spiker memory for Asahi. When equipper's stamina is above 50, so this is good for Asahi himself, increases power attack stat by 18% when casting a power spike skill that consumes more than 20 stamina, again for Asahi because he's going to consume 30 stamina for the ultimate, increases that power spike's power by 16%. So crazy amount of buff. But then Asahi is not the best wing spiker in the game, so I would say this one would be better because you can use this on many different characters. And then the third wing spiker memory for Kenji increases equipper's block stat by 10%, and for each block type player on your side increases equipper's ultimate power by 3.2 of the corresponding ultimate stat. So you need to have other block type players in your team, and I put all the 5 SSR characters that we have as the block type players over here. So if you have these characters in your team, obviously you can't have 4 like middle blockers, so you need to pick 2 of them, and then as a wing spiker and also a setter you can have obviously more buff with this memory that we have. But again, it's hard to get all these characters as a perfect team in your lineup, and that's why again the first wing spiker memory would be the best to choose over the wing spiker memories. But that's just for the wing spiker ones, and let's move on to the middle blockers. So the first one is Tsukishima, which we talked that you can still get this in the memory selection recruit. So if you have this, then obviously you want to skip it, but still if you don't have it, this is also a good choice. Increases equipper's block stat by 10%. That's great for obviously the middle blocker. When equipper casts a block ultimate and the opponent spiker has a debuff, increases this block power by 16%. So your character should have the block ultimate, and as you can see over here, these 4 characters have the block ultimate, so you can use this memory on these characters. Obviously this is a wing spiker, you can't use the middle blocker on the wing spiker, but I just put him over here just to show which players have the block ultimate. But you're going to use it on these 3 for sure as a middle blocker because that's how memory works. And again, it's available in the memory select banner, so consider this. And then we'll move to the second middle blocker, which is better than the first one. For Aeona, increases equipper's defense technique by 8%. So defense technique is mainly the block, the receive, and also save. So all three by 8%, which is great. And then when equipper's block result is not bad, which is easy to get, reduces opponent spiking player's stamina by 2 points. If opponent is of power type, reduces an additional 1 stamina points. So again, you can use this on any middle blocker, obviously, because it doesn't have any specific, skill over here. That's why this is a universal middle block memory, and it's better than Tsukishima. So I would say if you want to go for a middle block memory, it's best to go for this one, and you can also get this one in the memory select banner. Now the setter memory, we only have one, which is actually the best setter memory in the game and at the moment, and it's for kanji. Increases equipper's set stat by 8%, the passing, which is pretty useful. And then while equipper is present and your side's block result is not bad, again easy to get, reduces opponent's next power spike by 10%, so you debuff the enemy, and that's a huge amount. But this is not the end. While equipper is present and your side's block result is bad, increases your side's next block power by 16%. So it doesn't matter what kind of block you have. If it's not bad, you're gonna debuff the enemy. If it's bad, then you're gonna buff yourself. Increases your side's next block power by 16%. So either way, you're gonna get the buffs on the skill of the memory. That's why this is a really good memory for the setter characters that we have. We'll talk about that in a bit. Now let's go to our OP characters. So we only have one worth mentioning memory for Kentaro. While equipper is present, increases your side's power type player strength by 6. So strength again is the crit damage. While the equipper is present, when an opponent's player stamina drops below 60 points, which is attainable, reduces their block stat by 8% for 3 net crossings, triggers up to 1 time per player per set. So this basically means if you have another OP on the bench and has this memory, you can still use this one. Obviously, again, OP, if when we talk about it, we automatically remember Ushijima, and that's why I wrote over here the UR1 is obviously better because it has better stats and is perfect for Ushijima. So if you're going for Ushijima or you already have him, and if you want to get the memory, obviously that would be a better choice. But if not, then Kentaro would be, like this memory would be really good for your OP character. And as we talked, these are the full memory details that we have over here. As a wing spiker, Tanaka would be the best, and then middle blocker Eone would be the best, like better than Tsukishima, and then setter Kanji, and then the OP would either be the UR1 or Kentaro. Again, I would say, I would suggest to go for Eone because this, as a middle blocker, this is one of the best memories in the game. If you think about other like player type characters like wing spikers, we're gonna get tons of wing spikers in the future. So obviously they would be way better than what we have at the moment. That's why for long term, this one would be the best choice. And then this one for your setter, because still we're gonna get like way more setters in the future, but again most of them will be UR, and it's hard to get just summon for UR, let alone getting the memory or the character itself. And then OP, if you have Ushijima, then the memory for him would be the best, if not this one. And then in the end, if you want to go for the wing spikers, you could go for Tanaka. So yeah, that's it. That's the whole memory guide that we talked about. And again, as I said, this would be the best one, or then this one. So these two, the middle blocker Eone and also setter Kanji. These two would be the best choice over here. But obviously you do whatever you want, and based on your characters, you can pick either one of these memories over here, and the rest are not like good enough. That's why these will be the best choices that we have. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know down in the comment section what are your thoughts, and make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and stay tuned for next videos about different parts of the game as I discussed before. Till next time, have fun and stay tuned.